Donald Trump just made a secret deal with Iran, and the United States military has been ordered to hide it from you. I know that sounds insane, but stay with me for the next 60 seconds, because what I'm about to show you is not speculation. This is documented, this is real, and this is exactly why they don't want you watching channels like this one. The question isn't whether a deal happened. The question is, what did Trump give away to make it happen? Let's set the scene. For weeks, this administration has been telling you, from the podium, on Fox News, in carefully worded press releases, that the Iran operation was a success. Targets destroyed, mission accomplished, America strong, right? Here's what they weren't telling you. Iran still controls the Strait of Hormuz. Iran rebuilt 67% of its missile launchers within 2 weeks of a ceasefire. Iran is producing 200 drones a month, and the United States, the most powerful military in human history, is blowing up fishing boats and calling it victory. So when the ceasefire came, and it came fast, suspiciously fast, the question every single person in this country should be asking is simple. What do we give them to make them stop? Because Iran didn't stop because they were losing. The intelligence community's own assessments say they weren't losing. They stopped because something was offered. And whatever was offered, you were not told about it. Let's start with what we actually know. The Pentagon has embedded 0 reporters in this conflict. 0. In Iraq and Afghanistan, journalists were on the ships with the units with Special Operations Forces. Not this time. Why? The New York Times' own national security reporter, one of the best in the business, said publicly that they're getting less information from the military than in any conflict in modern American history. They're having to use commercial satellites. They're doing their own battle damage assessments because the military won't tell them anything. Now ask yourself, if this war was going as well as Donald Trump says it is, why would you hide it? When you win, you show the footage. You hold the press conferences. You put the generals in front of cameras. When you're hiding something, you blow up fishing boats and post it on social media and hope nobody notices that Iran just formalized its control over the Strait of Hormuz with Oman. That happened, quietly, with almost no coverage. Iran and Oman, a U.S.-aligned nation, signed a formal agreement giving Iran coordinated authority over one of the most strategically critical waterways on the planet. 20% of the world's energy passes through that strait, and Iran now controls it. After the war, after the ceasefire, after the victory, here's where it gets worse. And it does get worse. The United States military spent, we don't even know the full number yet, but we are burning through Patriot interceptor missiles that cost $1 million each. $1 million per missile to shoot down Iranian drones that cost $36,000 to build. Iran can produce 200 of those drones every single month. It takes the United States 36 months, 3 years, to manufacture 1 Patriot interceptor battery. Read that again. They make their weapons in days. We make ours in years. They cost $36,000. Ours cost $1 million. That is not a winning equation. That is not a war we can sustain. And any general worth his stars will tell you the same thing off the record. So what do you do when you're in an unwinnable war of attrition against an enemy that is cheaper, faster, and has nothing left to lose? You make a deal. You just don't tell the American people what's in it. Now here's the part of this story that made my jaw drop. While all of this is happening, while Iran is rebuilding its missile launchers, while 25 oil tankers are passing through the Strait of Hormuz under Iranian military escort every single day, the Trump administration was running a secret regime change operation. And the person they picked to replace the Iranian government? Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. Yes, that Ahmadinejad, the Holocaust denier, the man who called for Israel to be wiped off the map, the man who was under house arrest in Tehran. That was the plan. Back him, elevate him. Regime change through a man who hates Israel even more than the current Iranian government does. You cannot make this up. And here's how that plan ended. An American airstrike accidentally blew up the guard shack outside his house and injured him. So not only was the plan insane, they literally bombed their own guy. This is what happens when you gut the National Security Council. This is what happens when you push out every expert who knows anything about Iran. This is what happens when the president thinks process is for losers and gut instinct is a foreign policy strategy. Vietnam taught us you can win every battle and lose the war. Afghanistan taught us that 20 years and trillions of dollars can replace the Taliban with the Taliban. And now Iran is teaching us the same lesson. Again, while the administration posts social media videos of exploding fishing boats and calls it strength, and while all of this is happening, while the Ebola task force sits dismantled, while the federal deficit hits $2 trillion, while Canada buys Swedish fighter jets because they no longer trust American weapons sales, while Marjorie Taylor Greene, is posting that America has a financial crisis that needs to be addressed. Donald Trump is redesigning the White House with gold Corinthian pillars. I want you to sit with that for a second. The Ayatollah is issuing direct warnings. Turkey's Erdogan, Trump's ally, is calling Netanyahu a tyrant. Iran controls the Strait of Hormuz. The secret regime change plan blew up, literally. The ceasefire fund for Gaza has $0 in it. Zero. Not a penny. And the President of the United States is worried about the pillars. Every single day, the United States looks weaker. Every single day, the gap between what this administration says and what is actually happening grows wider. And every single day, the military, your military paid for by your tax dollars, is ordered to stay quiet about it. That is not strength. That is the definition of institutional rot. And you deserve to know about it. Here's what I need you to do right now. If you learned something from this video that you did not see on mainstream media, hit that like button, because that's how more people find this. If you believe the American people deserve the truth about what is happening in Iran, share this video. Send it to someone who only watches the sanitized version. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We are not going to stop covering this. We are not going to look away. We're not going to let them bury this story. Because truth is golden. And someone has to tell it. Hit subscribe. Let's hit a 7 million. Let's keep going. Together.